Now this game's heating up.
Hey, what's up? I got some more lore content for you guys. Today I have my second Bilgewater deck profile to share, and that is Misfortune and Quinn with Scouts. This deck is very under the radar right now, but can be a potential meta deck in the future. It has really good aggressive options and closes out the game reliably. The main problem right now is that Nox's P and Z decks are running rampant as the best aggro decks currently. But if they are nerfed or a meta shift happens, I guarantee this deck will shoot up in relevancy. I want to run through my card choices, explain why they're in the deck, and give you the knowledge to pilot the deck yourself. Also, the code for the deck will be in the description below. For those of you who don't know, I got Master Tier in the beta, even peaking top 50 in NA. For the rest of you who already watch my content, welcome back and enjoy this deck profile.
Fortune favors the bold.
Alright, so first of all, since this is an aggressive deck, we are very early game heavy. We got 9 1-cost units to work with. Triple Crackshot Corsair, because she's a decent body on turn 1. That's not exactly what she's in here for though. If you get her on the board, or you keep her on the board for when you're getting multiple attacks off with Scouts and MF, the ambient damage that's going to be hitting the opponent's Nexus really adds up over time and helps you hit lethal turns earlier than if you weren't running her. So she's extremely good. Next we have Fleet Feather Tracker because he's a very good aggressively statted 1-drop. If you play another card after him, he also gains Challenger. Of course, Challenger is really good early because you can snipe annoying early aggressive units and champions like Fizz, Teemo, and Twisted Fate, so that's why he's in here. We also have Jagged Butcher because he is a premium 1-cost unit with a 2/2 body, basically the same as Cythria, but if you do manage to get his Plunder effect off, then he is a little bit better than Cythria. Going into turns 2 and 3, he is a 3/3, so he's not just a dead 1-cost in your hand if you draw, multiple of him early. Next for 2-cost, we have Brightsteel Protector. She's extremely good because she's aggressively statted with 3 attack, and she gives an ally barrier for the turn. Now, I was bouncing between Brightsteel Protector and, let me go find him, and War Chefs. They're both really good early game, 2-drops, but I think Brightsteel Protector edges out just a little bit. On turn 2, War Chefs is better if you are on attack phase. However, if you're going first and you play Brightsteel Protector on defense turn 2, then she's better because you can protect your 1-cost unit that you played. Also, she scales a little bit better into the game. Being able to put barrier on Misfortune or Quinn for attacks in the mid game really makes a difference. War Chefs in the same situations will not accomplish as much, so I think he falls off extremely hard compared to Brightsteel Protector, and that's why she gets the spot over him. Next we have Hired Gun. Giving something vulnerable is really strong. It helps you grab the unit basically as if you had Challenger on anyone and snipe them out. Really good for killing priority targets in case you didn't get Fleet Feather Tracker resolved. Next for 3 costs, we got Green Fang Warden because he is a scout. Now scouts have this insane effect that if they are the only ones attacking, you get a second attack afterwards for free, essentially. So he is scout and he has barrier. He's really good on attack turn 3 and he's really good on defense turn 3 because you can block something for free with his barrier. Next we have probably the best 3-drop in the game. Loyal Badger Bear is a 4/4, absolutely insane stat line. He beats out pretty much anything that was played before him, so he's definitely a must-have. And we got our first champion, Misfortune. She is extremely good on turn 3 attack. I wish she had quick attack. I think she'd be a little bit broken though, but she's extremely good to play around. Get barriers on her from Brightsteel Protector. If you have Crackshot Corsair and Misfortune attacks, again, like I said before, that's a lot of ambient damage just hitting the opponent's Nexus directly. So you effectively whittle down your opponent until you go for an all-in. Now we have Relentless Pursuit, which is insanely good in this deck for 2 reasons. Both Misfortune and Quinn get their level up effects from seeing you attack multiple times, and Relentless Pursuit gives you another attack. So of course there's synergy there. So if you do an attack with scouts, that's one, then you can attack again for free, then you can use Relentless Pursuit and attack a third time. That's already 3 attacks in one turn to help satisfy Misfortune or Quinn's level up condition. Now, a little known fact about Relentless Pursuit that is also extremely broken and game changing if utilized correctly is that if you Relentless Pursuit on your opponent's turn and you have scouts, you can actually attack twice. You can attack with your scout, and then you can attack again as if it was your attack turn. It's actually insane, and not a lot of people know that yet. Next for 4 costs, we got Grizzled Ranger, because he's the best scout in the game. 4 mana 4/1, on death he summons a Badger Bear, which is the 4/4 that we covered earlier. So he's just a lot of stats on 2 bodies, along with being able to attack for free with Scout. Very, very powerful. And we also have Island Navigator as our other 4 cost. She says, when I'm summoned, create a random 1 cost unit from any region and grant it Scout. So she's also 2 bodies in 1, and she's really, really good on defense turns. So a really important tip with this deck is that it is insanely powerful at going first, because when you go first, you attack on odd number turns. Turn 1, turn 3, turn 5, and turn 7, right? So on turn 1, you play your aggressively statted 1 cost minion. On 3, you play Misfortune. And on 5, you play Quinn. So what are you doing on turns 2 and 4? You should be playing defensively because it's your defense turn. So Bright Steel Protector covers that on 2 with the barrier, and Island Navigator covers that on 4. That's why she's in here, along with being a scout. So if you played MF on 3, you play Navigator right here on 4, and that summons another body for you to block with if you need. And then you play Quinn on 5, which also summons another unit. So in the past 3 turns, you just made 3 power plays. 3, 4, 5. And then you can close out the game off of that if you're ahead and snowballing. It's absolutely insane. So that's why she's in here. Extremely good on defense turn 4. And she's good on offense turn 4 too, in case you went second. Next we have Detain as the only removal spell in this deck, because Demacia and Bilgewater are pretty low on removal spells. Detain is the best we have to work with. It is essentially a silence removal because it takes away buffs, and it takes away, last breaths while they're detained. It's also good to use against problematic champions. For example, Twisted Fate. Right before he's about to level up, he can be at 7 out of 8 for his level up condition. If you detain him, it completely resets it. So that's extremely good for that. Same with Vi. Very good counter to those champions. Next we have our other champion, Quinn. When she's summoned, she also summons Valor. And once she sees you attack 4 times, she levels up and, always summons Valor as well. That challenges the strongest enemy unit. And she's a scout, which is the most insane part. Combined with Misfortune, these 2 attacking multiple times will give you a win condition in just a couple of turns, as long as they're not dealt with. And lastly, we have 1 Siren. Siren is good because it draws Misfortune from your deck in the late game in case one has already died. It basically refills the resource, and while Siren is attacking, it also amplifies your Misfortune damage and any other spells you do. So Crackshot Corsair is another good example. She will get amplified as well from Siren. So you're just doing a lot of extra damage to Nexus if you have Siren out on the field. So yeah, I wanted to provide a good foundation for the deck. I encourage players to mess with the numbers and put in whatever twist they like, but this is what I have come up with through a few days of testing. I think it's really solid and it's really fun. It catches people off guard as well if they're not ready for it early. And that about wraps it up for the deck profile. Now here's a live commentary game so you can see how the deck plays out. I'll be giving context of why I'm playing certain cards, and hopefully it gives you a good feel on how to play the deck. Alright. Here we have aggro Noxus P and Z like I was talking about in the profile. Very, very aggressive deck, very hard to beat. Let's see if this deck can keep up. I need to be able to play something on turn 1 since he's going first. I need a hard mulligan for a 1-drop. Nice, we got one.
Just need a second.
No problem. I can contest the board now. I also killed this for free because of Bright Steel Protector.
My shield is yours.
It gives him Challenger and he has Barrier.
I can do this.
My steel is yours.
There we go. This is how Bright Steel edges out over War Chefs.
Help me. Light the fuse.
Shield up.
Block there.
Hope this works.
And then we play Misfortune.
Looking for trouble. It found
Crazy
you.
thing is, if he plays Draven right now, Fleet Feather Tracker could kill that too because of Misfortune's effect. It's so insane.
If they don't break, they'll burn.
Okay. I want to play a Scout this turn. I think I'm going to do Island Navigator because it's multiple bodies at once. But there's also some merit in just playing Grizzled Ranger. Let's do Grizzled Ranger. It's definitely better. I think he's better on attack, and she's better on defense.
My first big mission.
Get the Scout attack off first.
Mwah.
Oh, he's Mystic Shotting my Fleet Feather Tracker. Guess he doesn't like Challenger.
Protect and strike.
We'll attack like this as well. I'm just gonna play another tracker next turn.
Routes closed. Love ya. My duty's done.
He's almost dead.
Just gonna put this here.
Block here, and there.
I know what I'm doing.
We could also detain. Nah. I'm so good on life right now, it's crazy. Now we can detain. This will make Noxon Fervor fizzle out.
Better run.
Now I just open attack and win.
Explosives primed.
Good game.
Here we go.
There we go.
That's how we do things in Bilgewater.
As Misfortune said, that's how we do things in Bilgewater. This deck is even able to keep up with the most aggressive deck in the meta. And that's it for this one. Please like and subscribe if you thought this video was informative or entertaining. It really helps me out since I'm still trying to grow. I'll be releasing more deck profiles, guides, and gameplay highlights in the near future. I also stream on Twitch. The link to that and my other socials are in the description below. Thank you so much for watching and have a good one. Laters.